Hello, people. Welcome back to the channel. We are back again. Of course, it is time, to give you a review of our game this weekend, as well as doing a preview. So we've got a double header this week. Like I say, just before I get going, obviously, big up to Let's Talk Sports, a fantastic community that are welcoming into their community. Of course, we are live on various platforms, including on Let's Talk Sports. So I really do appreciate their support, and it's incredible to be welcomed in here. But of course, please make sure you hit the likes, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and comment your thoughts as well. We've had great chats, throughout these past few lives. I really enjoyed it actually. You guys in the chat have really made it a really special stream actually. So, and I'm sure my guests could echo those thoughts as well. But of course, we're going to get him in now. He's my regular guest. Like I say, it's great having him on, and it's one of those. But welcome in, Tom. Hello there. Hi, how are you doing?
I'm all right. I've got a big Toblerone here as well.
Oh, yeah, you're back with a Toblerone.
No, I'm good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, I'm not so bad, thank you. Yeah, it's of course I'm looking forward to this stream, but before we get going, let's have a look. Hello, Edits, welcome in. Thank you for coming in. How did you feel after the game? We'll get into our thoughts, Jess, but welcome in and thank you for coming in, by the way, as well. But we'll get into our thoughts very soon. But let's get going then with this. Obviously the lineups. Let's talk about the lineups. Before obviously, 4 home debuts in the starting lineup in this one. Obviously Vaclik, Humbo, Waghorn, and Matt Lowton as well, making the home bit. And of course, what struck me most was the 4-3-3 formation that we.
I was shocked when you actually changed it.
Yeah. Now, my initial thoughts about this lineup before I hand over to you, Tom, I think that I was happy to see the likes of Humbo start, because I think he's warranted that with what he did at Coventry. He came on and made an impact, of course. Waghorn, obviously, it's something different, up front. Why not? Let's just give something different, as well as the formation change. I was happy to see the formation change. However, my big concern going into the, looking at the lineup was, again, we decided to start with 3 holding midfielders. I'm not entirely sure I get that. We need somebody that can catch the ball in midfield as well, not just hold. But Tom, what did you make of this lineup and obviously the formation change?
I'm glad he changed the formation, but the only bad thing about the lineup was Scott High in it again. I don't understand. Personally, I would have started Knockard and played him for about 60 minutes, then take him off. But yeah.
So it was certainly a bold one, and of course it did catch us off guard, but we were happy to see it. Let's talk about the game then, because wow, this first half was absolutely dreadful from both sides, by the way. But let's focus on those. We were dreadful. Yes, we scored, and yes, we'll take it. But obviously, we did go we did go behind. I think that the first half kind of showing from us was as bad and as disjointed as we have seen this season for me. I think Matt Lowton, obviously, ridiculous and needless header across the own penalty box.
He didn't need to do
that. And there was Jamal Lowe waiting early opener, 13 minutes in, they score. Now, I'm sorry, but we need to cut out these early goals that we're conceding, because it's just not acceptable. And the manner of this goal as well. If you look, let's just talk about the goal, because if you look at what happened before, right? We play that short pass from our 6-yard out to the right, and that immediately puts pressure on Leeds, right? We could see what was ahead. Actually, it should have got rid of it. He should have just got it upfield and did that. But then he decides to play it to Lees. Lees just, obviously launches it up when the goalkeeper should have done that, in all truth. And obviously then they win it, and then it comes from our mistakes. I'm not sure what Lawton were doing in that moment. I'm sorry, but
we were basically playing Brexit football at that point, weren't we?
Yeah, so what did you make of this goal then, Tom? I mean, talk me through it in your opinion, the way you saw it.
Where I saw it was, we shouldn't have played it out from the back. You should have gone a long ball. Because Humbo was out on the right. Radoni was open on the left. It was just a silly mistake, and we need to cut these silly mistakes. If we cut these silly mistakes out, we'd be fine. But Lees, I like Tom Lees, but it frustrates me because he takes too long with the ball.
Yeah, he certainly didn't have the best games at the weekend, that's for sure. But I'm not sure many did, to be honest with you, including Lawton. Let's just get into the comments before we go, as the game progressed. Blue Terrier, good evening, hello there. First half was shocking, second half was actually all right. Yeah, it was all right, but again, we'll get into the second half, but I don't think there was that much improvement, to be honest with you. It was a tough game, but I think, in my opinion, I'm sure what you mean, but yeah. Ramsey, good evening, hello there. It's good to see you back in. I think we were lucky to get a point, to be honest. I thought we were dreadful. Lack of communication between midfield and defence, not putting a name on the ball, and I think Hogg was surprisingly shocking. Yeah, he really was, wasn't he? He had an off game, didn't he, in this one? Just couldn't do anything right. But it happens. It does happen. That's the nature of it sometimes. And I'm afraid I've got nothing else to report apart from when we get to our goal now.
There was literally nothing in that first half.
There was nothing to set. There was nothing. We were both poor side. Our passing was woeful in that first half.
It was.
We could not get anything going at all. Let's talk about the goal. And obviously, a nice looking free kick from the from the right hand side of the penalty area. Obviously, a nice distance to have a strike. The Humbo, brilliant strike. Obviously, the keeper parries it out. Obviously, Turton then gets onto it. Obviously, gets across. Plays it across to Waghorn, who taps it in. But obviously, first goal for the club. But for me, that wasn't deserved, because we out of nowhere, really. I don't think we deserved that goal, to be honest.
It wasn't the best of goals to score, was it?
It was a scruffy goal. No one could have missed that, let's be honest. So it wasn't special from Waghorn.
When Humbo hit the free kick, I thought that actually was going in once he hit it.
Yeah. I mean, what did you make of the goal that we scored?
I thought when Humbo stepped up and we were lining the free kick up, I wasn't expecting Humbo. I didn't think Humbo were going to take it.
Yeah.
But when he stepped up, I actually thought it was in. I didn't expect the goalkeeper to save it, but then Ginger Caffel squares it to Wag, doesn't
he? Yeah, on the plate for him, can't miss, and brilliant.
I mean, if he missed from there, then wow.
Yeah, I know. There was no chance he was missing from there. Let's go back to the comments. We've done that one. I'm still following them out. Yes, of course, Blue Terrier. Yeah, same here. Yeah, there's no doubt about that. It's just not getting any better. This. Obviously went into the break. 1-1. I mean, it was one of those. The second half, the game changed on the substitutions. We made a few substitutions, didn't we? But for me, I like the positive changes. I'm not going to say I don't, because I did. Obviously, the likes of Josh Koroma coming back into the picture. Knockout, seeing him for the first time, and John Rhodes, of course, and not forgetting Jordan. And I would probably made those at half time. I mean, what did you make of the substitutions, and would you have made it at half time potentially as well?
The changes I made when he took Hogg and High off, Radoni and Kasumi were the two sitting ones, and
Yeah,
Diarra was in the 10. But we
yeah,
should have made them changes at half time. Then we could have scored a few goals. But Anthony Knockaert was best player on that pitch.
yeah. He certainly was. I mean,
He
let's
did
just
more. He did more in the second half of football than Sorba Thomas has all season.
yeah. I mean, I'm not going to single out Saul because I'm just not going to do that. But obviously, the second half for me, obviously, it was slightly better, not much better. Like I said earlier, it wasn't much better, and it was by far good enough either. By the way, like I said, the substitutions did make a big difference. Like we say, we saw Knockout, who, for me, yeah, I agree with you. I mean, he's not lost his touch, has he? He's still got quite a lot of pace as well. Yeah, he's still got pace at his age, which surprised me a bit, actually, how quick he actually was. But it's actually nice to have him on our side rather than against him, in previous years.
When he's played against us in the past, he does love to score a few goals past us.
Yeah, absolutely. He did, didn't he? Big win. Hello there, Macaulay. I hope you're doing well, mate. Thank you for coming in. Yeah, indeed. Big win tomorrow. Big win needed tomorrow. There's no question, no excuse. I think it was a tough game, but they could have been better, and the lineups could have been better. The goal was good. In my opinion, they were both great, but the players were struggling. I didn't see any. I didn't see either side being great. If I'm honest with you, I'm just going to be honest. I don't. Both very, very poor sides. I mean, I'm sorry, but I just couldn't get over how poor this game was. On another day, then changes would have made it. Knockout would have scored a double hatch.
On another day, bloody hell.
Oh, Ramsey, we love you.
I've not stopped saying that saying all weekend on another day.
I know he's made us all say it, but in a sarcastic way, of course. We're not doing it. But anyway, Blue Terry says Knockout and Waghorn should start tomorrow. They both played well on Saturday. For me, I mean, Waghorn got the goal, yes, but I don't really see. I didn't think he was great. Okay, he got the goal, and obviously it was on a plate from him, so he wasn't going to miss from there. But I don't think he did much in that game. He looked very slow.
You and Rhodes similar, because I do think Waghorn's a bit quicker than Rhodes, but that's it.
Yeah, I think Rhodes is quicker than Waghorn, mate. I think you could see the difference when Rhodes came on compared to Waghorn. I don't know, but obviously, the talking points for this game, bizarrely in this game was our more experienced players like Lawton and Hogg, that in particular, but also Tom Lees to a lesser extent, who struggled the most. Kind of failing to find accuracy or confidence on the ball. So they found the equaliser, like I say. But by the way, that goal that we scored was our first two shots of the half. that is ridiculous. I'm sorry.
Literally halfway through that first half, I got my phone out and started watching some on Netflix. It was that boring.
Yeah, I mean, I know we're laughing, but we shouldn't laugh really because I'm absolutely fed up with this football that we're having to witness at the moment. On another day, Fotheringham would have been a brilliant appointment. Yeah, I mean, it's just unforgivable, really. This, so in spite of everything, though, obviously there is hope. Obviously, hope that Knockout can be the catalyst for change and has the potential to be as well. I hope that that Josh Koroma can once again find that goal-scoring touch, to help rescue.
He actually did decent when he came on, I thought.
And we forgot to mention one very, very good player, actually. How good was Ollie Turton, by the way? Bearing in mind that he hadn't played football since October, and he came back in, and he was absolutely outstanding. And I just think that he was so good. Ollie Turton, obviously, and Hungbo, again, really impressive for me. I think they form a really nice partnership, actually, them two, in terms of, working.
That link up down the right-hand side, the link up play they were playing. I think that's the only good thing about that first half, some of their link-up play. Yeah,
but again, you've got to be testing the keeper more. It's just not good enough. We are not used to seeing this. I don't think we've seen bad football like this for ages, to be honest with you. And I just think
not since Chris Powell days.
Yeah. I mean, another hope for me is that obviously David Kasumu can provide that kind of thrust and energy from midfield, and keep doing what he's doing, obviously, and get better in that role. But yeah, it's one of those. Go to the comments before we get into our player ratings for the game, of course.
These are some very interesting ratings I've gone for.
Yeah, and of course, like I said, guys, get your player ratings in as we go along as well. We'd love to hear from you in the chat as well. Hello there, Alex. Good evening. I'm going to Wigan away on Saturday. I'm getting the train. Oh, fair enough. Yeah, you're going to Wigan, yeah, on Saturday. Yeah, nice one. Eve, you going tomorrow? Yes, I am going tomorrow. What about you, Blue Terrier? Tom, you're not going, are you?
Yeah, I'm going.
You're going, are you?
Yeah. I'm setting off early, but I'm having day in Blackpool. So
I might see you then, because it's
hopefully, yeah.
It's not going to be a full away end anyway this time. But apparently we've sold 1,300. They've had about 700 return tickets, but there's still 1,300 going. And obviously it's pay on the day as well. So yeah, be a good crowd. Obviously with that stadium, it's really small, so it'll sound like there's a lot more if we can get our, if we've got, I know the fans will try and do their bit, to rev the players up. But yeah, anyway, we'll get into Blackpool in a minute. But yeah, of course, we should just make out for him as a fantastic manager, and Leeds will hopefully come in and take.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, of course, yeah, obviously, yeah, Jesse Marsh has today lost his job. If only we had a board like Leeds United who is ruthless. Just a big message towards Huddersfield Town. That's what happened. When a manager is seriously underachieving, that's what you're meant to do. Just saying. Just saying. But yeah.
What is it like? Ante won 5 in his 20 games in Chargers?
What?
Something like
Fotheringham? Yeah. 5 wins he's got. I don't know how he's even managed 5 wins. To be honest with you, I really don't. I can't remember those wins. That's how dull it was when we won. I'll wait till I've seen the team sheet, then I'll decide. Joke. Not sure what you're referring to there. I've forgotten what I said now. What's your prediction tomorrow night? I'm at college tomorrow. We're going to go through the prediction later on. Obviously, we're still on the QPR game. So, yeah, let's get into the ratings then. So, we'll go one player at a time. And obviously, I'll go first, and then you go, Tom, and then, we'll just alternate that way. So, obviously, Thomas Vaclik in goal. He definitely, for me, he looked like a player who hadn't played for some time, admittedly, and maybe could have reacted quickly to prevent the opener. Of course, he didn't receive any favours from Matt Lowton. But apart from that, it was decent enough up there after that. But for me, he gets a 5. I mean, what about you? What are you rating Thomas Vaclik?
I've gone a 4.
Yeah.
I think he could have done better for the goal. But he didn't have really much to do at all.
No, he didn't, did they? Both teams woefully in front of the goal. I mean, I must say, they really are.
You should have got a deck chair out, both goalkeepers, and just sat there waiting for the ball to come to them.
Yeah, but of course, we have got 15 viewers in, so big up to you all that's come in. And like I said, please smash the like, subscribe to the channel if you. Like I say, let's try and get to 250. 250. I'm at 239 at the moment, so it'd be nice to get there in the next few days. Of course, there is content coming tomorrow from me as well in Blackpool. I'm going to do a little vlog, but not of the game. I don't vlog the game because I like to focus on the game, but we'll do a little tour of the stadium. We'll maybe get a few fans on, and, obviously, yeah, it'll be a nice little video content idea that I've had, that we're going to do, in the original day that was meant to be going in, but it didn't. But yeah, stay tuned for that. But yeah, anyway, continuing on, I always seem to get sidetracked by this, but let's just continue. Ollie Turton, absolutely fantastic. Covered really well. Several times, obviously, he reacted quickly to a loose ball. Obviously, give Waghorn, obviously, the simplest finish. And yeah, again, just a reminder to everybody out there, he'd not played any first team football since October. And he came in like he was, like he'd played. He'd never been away. So for me, I'm going to give Turton a 7 for me. And that's my highest rated player of the group. But yeah, what do you think of Turton and what's your rating?
I've given him 8. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. My man of the match, absolutely fantastic. Covered a lot of ground. It was passionate. It was shouting at players to get a bollocking in, but I thought he was fantastic. Best player on that pitch.
Yeah, absolutely. It's great to see him back as well. Love the ginger tattoo. We love him. We love him to bits. And
we've missed him. We've missed him massively. He's quite a good leader as well. Did you see it in the warm up? He was actually telling players to come on. We can do this.
Yeah. He's very. You can say he's got them leadership qualities, and yeah, he's a great player. But yeah, really happy to see him back, and yeah, great to see him back, and obviously he'll keep getting better as well. So yeah, Tom Lees. For me, he didn't look terribly confident on the ball in this one. To be honest, a bit of a rarity to see, kind of the centre back look a bit rattled like that. To be honest, because I don't really think we've seen that, like that really. Shook it off though. Obviously, made some important interventions in the second half. But for me, he gets a 5. Not the Lees that we know, and we know what he's capable of. So yeah, what did you make of Lees in your rating for him?
I've given him a 3. I thought it was terrible.
Wow. Yeah.
I didn't think it was good at all. I was watching it. I was like, "This is not the Tom Lees from a few games ago."
Yeah.
Maybe a change of formation might have been one of the issues. But no, I didn't think he was good at all. I'll give him a 3.
Nah, you can't use the formation as an excuse. He has to be better than what he had. Like I say, he's played in the back 4 before for it, so there's no excuse for me. I just think he just looked really. I don't know what was up with him, but yeah, interesting. For me, obviously, Mikael Helik. Yeah, he did okay, did good. Obviously, and we forgot to mention. Obviously, he did come off injured, so hopefully we don't see him on time. He didn't go off on a stretcher, so that's positive. He was able to walk off, but obviously it's something to do with his knee. But it looks like he's definitely not going to be available tomorrow. We'll get into the comments at the end of the ratings, by the way. We're just going to keep this flowing, by the way. But thank you for continuing to contribute to the chat. But yeah, for me, Helik, yeah, decent, but again, he doesn't get any. He still wasn't great. I think that for me, he has to get a 6. I think it was okay, but he was slightly better than Lee, sure. But I don't think. I think again, we know he can do more than what he produced. So, what did you make of Helik in your rating?
I've given him a 7. I thought it was decent. Again, didn't really need to do much. But gutted when he went off. But that's the thing with Pearson, isn't it? We've got like for like now.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we've got some good depth, haven't we, in that area? So yeah, even though it'd be a big miss to see him obviously out tomorrow night, we've got someone like Pearson that's coming. We know how good that partnership with Lees and Pearson was, over the, especially last, So yeah, we've got depth. So yeah, what rating did you give him? Sorry, a 7.
7, yeah.
Yeah, 7. So let's get into Matt Lawton then, because I'm sorry. Yeah, for me, really poor decision to head the ball back across his own box. An experienced pro, you do not head the ball across your own box. I'm sorry, but a silly area from such an experienced player, like I say, he continued to struggle in the air thereafter. It started to get forward to try and influence the game more later on, but for me, he was awful, absolutely awful. For me, I'm giving him a 3. Very poor pass. He just couldn't do anything really right in this game. And the fact is, the play, it seems to be so easy, and not this game, by the way, Coventry game. It seems to be so easy to get around him. He doesn't seem to get a tackle. He doesn't seem to get for me anyway. But what did you make of him in this game?
I didn't think he was that good. Made the odd tackle. Crossing was decent. But the mistake, I think, let him down the most. And I was shocked because that's not what Lawton's about. He can play a lot better than that.
Yeah, so what is your rating?
I'll give him a 3.
3, yeah.
And he's not really a left back either, is he?
Well, this is the problem, isn't it? Because, obviously we've got Tatum back now, so it's what we do. What do we do? Because obviously, we haven't got anybody. We haven't got anybody in that left back role that can come in.
I mean, we did have Faheen Headley on the bench, but I think it's too soon for him just to come on in a game like that.
Yeah, no, there's no. He's only on the bench, by the way, because we haven't got any other options, to be honest with you.
I think Jackson was injured, wasn't
Yeah, Jackson's apparently got a quad injury at the moment, so yeah, that's why we're not seeing him. But even when he was fit, he wasn't getting a look in for some reason, which I just find absolutely bad. But yeah, let's just go to the comments. Both teams deserve to lose. I actually agree. I actually
he?
agree. But to be honest with you, they could quite easily have won it, especially that glorious chance at the end. By the way, I don't
I
know.
mean, what was that cross about? Right, he was literally watching someone play on FIFA that presses the cross button so hard it goes up full.
It was unbelievable. I mean, we shouldn't have at least whether they actually get in areas to score. We didn't. We just revert to long distance strikes to try and get goals. Us. Now, Blue Terry, I am going to come back to your ratings in full right at the end. But yeah, thank you for posting your full ratings there. Josh Karoma 9, Alex says. Interesting. He didn't have much long. He didn't cut you. He was only on for the last half an hour, so that's a high rating for that. Blue Terry says Lee plays so much better when Pearson is playing, which is what we mentioned, wasn't it? You know, he does.
Yeah.
They
I think they've got that good connection, haven't they?
Yeah, they've got that good partnership, haven't they? You know.
And I still don't think Lees has got used to Hellick being beside him because
Yeah.
I rate Hellick, but he's got loads of weaknesses in his game, I think.
Yeah, but I think he's been pretty, you know, he's been consistent really for us this season.
Oh, yeah.
I think that the connection that, like I said, the partnership that Lees and Pearson have, and we saw that last season, how special it was then. You know, it's one of those. Sometimes players just connect, don't they, and have that great partnership. But yeah,
They know each other's game well because half of the season they were playing alongside each other, weren't they? Nearly all season last season.
Yeah, absolutely. Until obviously, Pearson got injured, didn't? But yeah, obviously, hello there, Aidan. Good evening. Hello. Sorry I'm late. No worries, mate. Thank you for coming in. It's no problem at all. Great show, guys. Hello there. Let's talk sports. Big up to you. I'll give you a shout out at the very start of the show. Like I say, people, go and subscribe to Let's Talk Sports. Great community over there, and like I said, gives other YouTubers a platform to grow their channels, which they're just fantastic. Obviously, they allow their platform. So, yeah, big up to you. Mate, do you remember when yes, I did, and I was very shocked, Aidan, that you shake Matt Forrigan. Yeah, Aidan shake Matt Forrigan. We saw that.
Aidan, did he say on another day I have a selfie with you? Did he say that as well?
Yeah, I was absolutely gobsmacked when that happened. But yeah, there's no way I was doing that. I definitely. But Pearson is a leader. Heelick is a brilliant defender, but I'm not sure he's a leader. Yeah, interesting, isn't it? Did you see Heelick as a leader? Or do you just think
I don't think he's a leader yet.
Yeah.
Maybe next few years, maybe. But Pearson, for me, I think he's more than leader than Hellick and Lees is. Yeah. I've rated Pearson for a number of years.
He is. He's fantastic. He's Pearson. Really
it's like he's never been away. It's like it's the same old Pearson.
Yeah, I mean, we said that, didn't we, in the last streams about that? Obviously, Pearson was out injured, another one out injured, and he's come back in like he's not been away, you know, like Turton managed to do. But yeah, I'm stuttering now, and I forgot what I was saying. But yeah, good comment there. Aidan, hello. I'm presuming that's Aidan. Hi, bro. Come on, Huddersfield Town on Tuesday. My mate Tom is a legend. Yeah. So
I'm not at that age where I'm a legend yet. I'm not that old.
But yeah, let's continue the ratings. Joseph Humbo, of course, brilliant performances. You know what? He was a bright spark in this game, you know, at the weekend, and I'm just really impressed. You know, to be honest with you, when he came in, I didn't really, know much about him, if I'm honest with you. And of course, now we've seen a bit of him. This is actually looks like it's quite a good sign in this. In all fairness, he does look good, and obviously with more continuity, more game time, I think he will get better. But for me, like I say, nice and direct. Obviously, he was kicked so many times.
He was.
He really was. Yeah. Causing problems all the time. Like I say, when you did get the ball, obviously helped force obviously Wycombe's equalise with that free kick he made, brilliant free kick obviously in the game. But yeah, he just looked really lively, really dangerous, and really energetic, and a great player. That I really do think he's a good player for sure. So for me, I'm giving him a 6. What did you make of him and your rating, Tom?
I gave him a 7. He was kicked a lot, but I thought he made some really good runs. He's got really good pace.
Yeah, caught. Yeah,
he likes to beat defenders, and he can get across in early as well, which I think what we've missed for a while.
Yeah,
because when funny enough we do attack Foringham system, weird enough, when we do attack and we'll try to get across in early, there's players in the box, but we don't release it quick enough. And now with Hungbo, that does happen because he likes to release the balls quick. But yeah, I give him a 7.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, well said there. Brilliant comments, by the way, people. What time is coach? It's 4:45, so the coach will set up at 4:45 from the stadium. So yeah, I know the club haven't been that great with the communication regarding obviously I think they were late to update it because obviously I checked last week and it wasn't actually on there the time they said, so unless they were waiting to hear what time they were planning to set off. But yeah, 4:45. Hungbo, that free kick. Yeah, I know, Aidan, it was class, wasn't it? I mean, Aidan, if you want to put some of your ratings in as we're going through, feel free to do so. Like I say, I don't know if you joined after I said that, but yeah, like I say, anybody that wants to put their ratings in, we'll go through that, and we'll go back to Blue Terrier's ratings at the end as well. He's done his full ratings for us. And the one says, hello, Tom. I'm going for my tea now. All right, big up, Alex. Thank you for coming in anyway, briefly. Hope the Terriers beat Blackpool tomorrow. We're all praying we will, but we'll get into it. But I just not any. I don't go into any game with confidence anymore. Ramsey is handing my CV into the club on Monday for the manager's job. Got a whole CV full of road to glories on FIFA. I'm sure he'll win Bromley over. If there is any moderator in the chat, can you please remove the spam comments that we've just received? I don't know if I can actually do it, actually. In fact, I think I can. We've got some spam. There, I've got rid of it now. Yeah. So sorry about that, guys, for that in the chat. But yeah, just some spam there. Anything less than 3 points tomorrow is not good enough. Absolutely, Blue Terry, I agree. But yeah, let's keep going with the ratings, and like I say, anybody that wants to get involved, post your ratings as well, and we'll read them out. David Kasumu, I mean, great, obviously extremely busy performance from him, and I think one of just a few players, to emerge with much credit from an overall shocking first half, really, let's be honest. But for me, a 6. I think he looked good. But yeah, what did you make of Kasumu?
I gave him a 6. I thought he had a decent game. Typical centre midfield performance from him. Didn't do too much. Didn't hardly do all wrong, I don't think.
No.
But yeah, I think we're decent. He's got plenty of potential. 6, yeah.
Yeah, he's
one thing is quick through passes is something that I think will help us this year.
Yeah, for the remainder of the season, yeah, absolutely. But yeah, obviously Jonathan Hogg, yeah, I mean, this was his worst. I mean, was this perhaps his worst performance ever in a town shirt? Maybe I'm being, but I can't really remember seeing a performance as bad as this from Hogg. To be honest with you, it's got to be down there with one of the worst we've seen from him. I mean, certainly over the first 45 minutes, awful. Repeatedly giving the ball away. It's like the opposition was his teammates. In the first half, for no good reason. Even the way he gave the ball away in that first half. Better in the second half, but he had to be, didn't he? So yeah, for me, he gets a 3. Yeah, very, very poor. What about you?
Now, this is hard to talk about because he's my favourite town player.
Yeah.
But I've got to be honest too. I thought it was the worst performance I've ever seen. I think there was one performance last season against Millwall away where we were awful as well. But I've never seen him that bad before. It's like he didn't have any energy.
Yeah, it's not like hockey, is it? You know, he's
No.
and I know sometimes he's capable of giving the ball away at times, but not as much as this. Not as much as what we saw in this game. But yeah, like I say, I go back to it. It happens, doesn't it? It happens. You know, we'll let him off because he doesn't rarely produce this as low a standard performance as this. Really, usually. I mean, he was quite poor in the Coventry game, I think, as well. To be honest with you, so yeah. I mean, should he really have been starting this game? With the fact that he was so poor in the Coventry game, but yeah, like I said, we love Hogg. He's Mr. Huddersfield Town. We love him to bits. We have to be honest, like you say, Tom, and he wasn't good enough in this game, and he was.
I think he knows himself he wasn't good enough.
He does, and he'll admit it, won't he? He's one of those characters. He's honest with himself. I'm sure of that.
It was shouting. You could hear him shouting. The passion he's got.
Yeah, he was. He always is, and he's a leader. He's a born leader. Let's go on to Scott High then next. Had some nice little moves actually up the left, but very characteristically kind of sloppy on the ball at times. But that was a theme across the whole side, to be honest with you. For me, I have to give him a 4. I think that the fact is, I go back to it. I still can't get over the fact is that he wasn't getting in at Rotherham, but he's come straight back into our side all of a sudden. I just don't get it. But yeah, he's not ready for this. He's not ready for the Championship yet. But yeah, for me a 4. What did you make of his performance?
I thought it was awful.
Yeah.
I give him a 1.
Oh, Tom, that's a bit harsh. Come on now.
I'm sorry, but he's got to offer more. I understand he's not Championship quality, but some of the passes I didn't think it was that good. He needs to be on the bench tomorrow and try come off the bench and change the game.
Yeah, of course.
I'm sorry if that's harsh, but I do see a player in him. I do like Scott Hyle. I do rate him highly, but he's got to be doing better than that. I think he will know himself as well that he knows he can do.
But you know what? I really don't like the way the club has handled this again. Because look, we know that High not ready for this kind of level at this point. But the fact that he's playing him, what do you think that's doing to his confidence? It's just lowering.
Exactly the Ryan Scorfield thing a few seasons ago, isn't it?
What is the point in doing this? He's a young lad still. He's still young. He's not ready, and the fans are already on his back already. But it's not his fault he's in the side, is it really? Because he's not. You know
what we should have done? The club should have brought him back like they did and loaned him out to League One. But they didn't do that.
Yeah. Oh, you're back. You're frozen a second then, but you're back with us. We're gonna go through the comments in a moment, by the way. But let's just finish our ratings. Big up to everyone that's joined. Orist, I see you there. Big up, mate. Thank you for coming in. Jack Radone, I mean, a mixed bag really on set pieces, especially, and ultimately didn't really hold much influence over the game for me. I think that he looked lively. I think he was always trying to create as Radone does, but I don't think I don't think he played as well as he could in this one for me. So for me, I give Jack a 4. By the way, I did meet Jack Radone before the game,
I saw your tweet. Yeah.
Which is why this video is with the thumbnail for this video is, of course, with me and Jack. I was literally nearly passing out because I'm a big fan of Jack. I've not had a chance to meet him yet, and I did on Saturday, and he was the most loveliest, genuine guy.
Was you expecting him to reply to your tweet?
No, I didn't. No, I wasn't. No. But I was shocked actually, and that pretty much made me so happy even more. But yeah, a lovely lad, obviously, and it was a pleasure to meet him. Of course, I did forget my autograph book, so I'll have to, try and meet him again at some point and get his autograph next time. But yeah, what brilliant! That really did make my day. That was the highlight of the day for me. But yeah, anyway, we're diverting. I mean, what did you make of Rodoni in this one then?
He had an average performance. I don't think it was good. Again, I'd give him a 6.
Yeah.
his set pieces are very good. But once he gets a goal, I do think it is going to be like a different animal.
Yeah, of course, and I think that you're right there. I think he deserves a goal as well, but I think at times though his set pieces were a bit, they weren't that great to be honest with you, but obviously he did have a few good ones as well. But obviously Martin Waghorn then, I don't think he'll score many simpler goals than his first one for us, will he? Really, to be honest with you, in the first goal for the club. Hard-working display, admittedly. Probably give him a 6. Me, yeah. What did you make of Waghorn?
I thought he did decent. To say that he couldn't play against Coventry and he only came off the bench at Hull. No, yeah, was it Hull?
Yeah, we saw him.
Yeah. I'd give him an 8. I think he made a few good runs into channels.
Wow,
I'm being honest.
That's a bit generous. 8, blooming heck.
I'm feeling generous tonight. Funny enough.
Wait, so you're saying that Waghorn was better than Turton?
No.
Well, you're rating him the same.
Yeah, but I'm going on over the overall in the attacking third. I thought he was actually decent. I can see him scoring a few more, but not many more. But yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. But we're going to go through the comments because I do know I've missed quite a few, and of course I don't like ignoring the chat. We'll get into the substitution ratings in a minute. 3 points are definitely needed to stay up. I want to see Waggy in the lineup and score. Great player he is from a Coventry fan. Big up, thank you for coming in. And obviously, I really appreciate those comments there. They're really nice to see. But yeah, big up. Like I say, please make sure you like and subscribe. Like I say, comment, keep commenting. And yeah, it's another stream we got here so far. Aidan says, Ryan, what's your thoughts on Thomas, our new goalkeeper? To be honest, he can be a bit worrying to me. I think, to be honest with you, Aidan, let's just cut him a bit of slack because he hasn't played much. You could see, like I say, rating earlier, you can see he hasn't played because of how he was a bit shaky. But so let's see how he gets on. Yeah, he did look a bit shaky, but obviously understandable because he hasn't had much game. But yeah, I wouldn't worry too much. I think he will start finding his feet next couple of games. But yeah, so yeah, I've got confidence he can be a good player for us. Ramsey said, if we don't get 6 points from these next 2, that's the final nail in the coffin for me. We can't beat the teams down. How are we getting anything against the top? Well, this is the thing, isn't it? This is the worrying thing because if you look towards the back end of the month, we get when we start playing the big teams, Burnley. We start off with Burnley in a couple of, I really do fear for us if we don't get points in this next week. I do.
Yes, so do I.
Yeah. Hog hello there, Liz. Good evening. Hi. Thank you for coming in. Hog had a shocker and stupid yellow card. Yeah, he did. It was a shocker, wasn't it? But yeah, big up, Orest. Like I said, big up to you. Obviously, he's going live at 7. Probably will go over that now. With obviously we're going to be doing, but obviously I'll tune in afterwards. But yeah, he's going live at 7. So yeah, big up to you. Aidan says on Saturday, Hog was awful. Subs for Broughton were brilliant subs, but why take Humble off? I mean, he's one that can give you pace. I think I would have taken the point though. I mean, yeah, it was interesting. I mean, Humble. I think that potentially because he's brought him off because he maybe was looking a bit tired at that stage. Personally, I think obviously because he hasn't played much football himself as well. So I understand what you mean, but yeah, I think he was slowing up a bit at that point, so maybe it was the right decision to take him off. I certainly wouldn't have taken a point though, Aidan. I disagree. You've got to be, this was a side that had only won 1 in 15 games, and we saw how bad they were, and they could have won it easily had they have actually had a finisher. But yeah, I don't agree with that. I was aiming for 3 points in this one. I'm sorry, but it's just not good enough. Yeah, of course, singing the Jonathan Hogg chant that we love. Yeah, brilliant stuff. I still think Huddersfield can just survive relegation. Yeah, I mean, I think at this point we take 17th, but it looks very. I just fear it's going to go all the way down to the last game. Yeah, I just can't be dealing with it.
I don't think my heart rate could take the final there.
Absolutely. Don't worry, Scott High was brilliant on Saturday. Fotheringham said he was brilliant. Yeah, I mean, apparently we started the game well on Saturday, according to him. But yeah, absolutely ridiculous.
What more rubbish will this manager bring out of his mouth? Seriously.
And apparently the stadium was bouncing as well, which was a strange comment because I don't think it was. It was by far bouncing. It had its moments.
It always started bouncing when Knockout came on.
It had its moments. It wasn't bouncing even when Knockout.
It wasn't. I did like the display in South Stand though.
Yeah, we're going to come on to that in a minute. Actually, you beat me to it, but yeah, we will mention that in a minute. Fotheringham don't know what he's talking about. Yeah, you're right there. We could, yeah, definitely. On another day, you would have got an autograph. I know. It's just on another day, I would. You're right. On another day, we love that saying now.
What like the next home game, get a photograph with Fotheringham as a joke.
Waghorn will help your team survive this season. I think he will contribute slightly, but I don't see him scoring many goals, to be honest with you. That's the problem. And he was brought into the side to score goals. So that's my big complaint, really. Waghorn's a 10 out of 10 player from Coventry City. I don't think so, because I think there are a lot of Coventry fans weren't that, they weren't that disappointed to see the back of him. And that's not being mean, but they weren't that bothered about seeing the back of him. So I don't really agree with that. But yeah, fair enough. Fotheringham is a fantastic manager. He told me so himself. Ramsey.
Ramsey, mate, you're funny.
Edward says, yes, Tom. Hello
there,
Edward. By the way, Tom. And hello there, Doug. Big up to you. Thank you for coming in, by the way. Great. Like I say, guys, please head over to his channel, the Dugout Football channel. Brilliant content on there. And make sure you go and subscribe. But big up, thank you for coming in. Now, let's continue with our ratings with the substitutions. So, start with Josh Koroma, who obviously came on for High in the 64th minute. For me, I was actually quite surprised to see him involved in the squad. Obviously, he did return. Obviously, I was not sure what kind of role he would be playing this for the rest of the season, but obviously he was on the bench. He's returned from his loan from Portsmouth. Obviously, he looked keen. He did look keen to impress from the bench. He had his moments. He was okay. For me, a 6 for him. What did you make of Koroma?
I thought it was lively. It looked very sharp. I give him a 6, but it just shows what we think, what the club think of Conor Manon here, because he can't get a look in at all.
That was such a strange one, wasn't it? We haven't seen anything of him, have we? No,
he didn't even get into B team anymore.
I mean, it's a really, really strange one, isn't it? I don't understand what's happening there with that. We haven't seen him. Yeah, I don't.
But know. Yeah, I give JK a 6, but yeah, I thought it was lively. I do think he could help the team as well off the bench.
And look, we've got to give him another chance again. He's back now. He's back with the team. Let's just give him another chance. Let's just cut the slack that we're giving him, because yes, we know he's not been the player since that injury, but we've just got to let that go. Let's just get behind him, and let's hope he can find a bit of form.
I've always said he's better off as an off the bench player, I think.
Is that what role? Yeah, you think he's better off from the bench? Yeah.
He get in a weird way. It can get fans off the seats a bit. But don't know why Coventry said the stadium was bouncing, because I don't think it was hardly bouncing. Oh, when he said it, especially today, the stadium roof was lifted off.
Oh, absolutely ridiculous! I just can't him anymore. I'm just done. Let's move on. John Rhodes obviously came on for Waghorn as well in the 64th minute. Obviously carried on Waghorn's job and played some useful knockdowns as well. Obviously worked hard as always. For me, again, 6. What did you make of John Rhodes?
Yeah, solid 6.
Yeah,
made good runs. I thought he did good. Listen, he's always done good for his job. He always gives 100%. But yeah, I'd give him a 6.
Yeah, absolutely. What a player. And of course, it was his birthday the other day. So happy birthday, Jordan. I know you probably haven't watched.
Yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah, happy birthday to him. And yeah. And then obviously, let's go on to Anthony Knockout, however you say. I still don't know how to say that, but obviously he came on for Hogg in the 64th minute. Obviously played a free role just behind Rhodes. As obviously we changed the formation, didn't we, to a 4-2-3-1. Lifted the crowd certainly and looked handy in spells and looked very, I was really surprised how quick he still is, like I said earlier. And you can tell he still got it. He looked very lively, looked like, causing problems. When he just looked like he could make some. He had that spark about him. For me, because obviously he didn't come on for the full game. He were only for like 25 minutes. For me, he gets a 6. He was great. But yeah, what did you make of him? And obviously we've kind of touched upon that, obviously. But yeah, what's your rating for him?
7.5. I'd give him. I thought it was probably him and Turton at that pot were probably the 2 best players on the pitch. He's still got his pace. He's still tricky with his feet. He still can take a man on. But one of the chances where what I saw, where it was on goal and he couldn't quite get to the ball, he was punching floor in frustration. Just shows he cares and he wants to do well.
Yeah, of course he does, of course. And yeah, that is good to see the passion within. I certainly weren't happy to see him go. We've struggled since he's gone. And O'Hare. Interesting. I just, from my understanding, I thought majority of Coventry fans were not that, weren't really that bothered to see him go because I don't think he was really getting a look in, was he, at Coventry? But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, fair enough. On another day, Conor Mahoney would be in the team. Absolute. Oh dear, these memes are brilliant. Oh. Ramsey says, surely Fotheringham sees the on another day memes and frustration over it online, and you still choose to use the phrase. Yeah, he probably does, to be fair. Yeah, absolutely. Remember everyone. Remember everyone is talking about Fotheringham in Germany. Don't forget that, people.
Do not forget that. Bundesliga, they talk about Fotheringham, apparently.
They're all saying, yeah, absolutely. But obviously, just remind me, I'll get back to your ratings in a minute. We're nearly done, actually. Let's quickly run through these now. Then, obviously, Diarra for Humbo in the 70th minute. Gave QPR some problems, to be fair, in tight space and picked some useful passes, actually. Really lively when he came. Obviously, had that brilliant chance from distance, a great strike. It flew over the bar. Thought it was actually going in, actually, at one point. But, for me, a 6 for Diarra.
I give him a 7. I thought it was very lively. It's you can see the qualities Diarra has.
And still only 19. Unbelievable.
So, scary, isn't it?
Scary.
But yeah, I thought that chance at end, I think he could have done better. That's what I think he needs to work on. So he needs to work on a few things. Once he works on the stuff he needs to work on, I think we've got ourselves a good player on our hands in Diarra.
Absolutely. And sometimes he just hang on the ball too much, too long, doesn't he? He don't release that pass sooner, of course. And of course, he's still young, but yeah, he'll keep learning, of course. He won't learn much from the guy on the touchline, but he'll learn as he's.
No, I'd rather have Jonathan Withington in charge over Fotheringham, to be fair.
We'd take anybody. We'd take. We'd take.
Big Sam at this rate.
Yeah, we'd take Buzz Lightyear at this rate, to be fair. But yeah,
I'd take Ronald McDonald at this point as well.
Yeah, anybody. So quickly then, Matty Pearson obviously came on after he picked up a knock. Yeah, really good. Obviously, for me, 6 for him. You always know what you're going to get with Pearson. That's a solid performance. This was no exception. So yeah, what did you make of him?
I'd give him a 6. I thought it was decent when he came on. Didn't really have to do much, to be fair, when he came on. But yeah, I give him a 6. I expect him to start tomorrow.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, obviously Healy looks like he's going to be out. But yeah, we've done our ratings, but we obviously there's sort of your news disputes. Obviously, Bilakapic and Headley didn't get on, but yeah, not obviously, yeah. But let's go to Blue Terriers ratings and let's take a look. Where is it now? There we are. We're there. So Vaclik a 5, Lowton 4, Helik 6.5. I'm presuming you mean there. Leeds a 6, Tayton a 7, Hogg a 6. Hogg a 6? Are you joking, Blue Terrier? That was nowhere near a 6 performance. He was awful. Higher 5, Kasumu a 6, Radoni an 8, Waghorn 7, Hungbo 6.5, Knockout 7.2, very, very precise there. Karoma 5.9, Rhodes 5.5, Diarra 6.5, and Pearson 5.5. Yeah, I mean, fair enough, but I'm just shocked that you've given Hogg a 6. What? And I'm not sure players deserve a rating as high as 8 for me. I know, Tom, you gave some 8s, but for me, as overall as a team, we just didn't perform at all in this one. But yeah, thank you for those. I really appreciate those. At this rate, we might as well get Jan Sievert back.
Oh my god! To be honest, Jan Sievert has done better than Matt Fotheringham when he was at us. To be honest,
absolutely. And big up to everyone that's coming. By the way, we've got to 18 views now. So, like I say, please make sure you liking, subscribing, and get involved. I'd love to hear from you all. But yeah, I think Hogg was more of a -6. Ramsey says, "Oh, ouch." Yeah, but he definitely wasn't a 6. So yeah, I'm not sure where you got that from, Blue Terrier. I don't agree there at all. But yeah, we're going to come back to that question that you've made, Adabel, at the end. But we really do need to be going on to. We'll take questions at the end. Any questions that come in, we'll take them at the end. So for me, I definitely came away feeling the same as I have every week in this one. A massive opportunity to get 3 points, but we blew it. It was a game there for the taking as well. You know, we had to win it. Like I say, Mark, for me, has got to go. The stance is still the same for me. He's got to go. He's not the answer. You know, like I said, the passing in that first half was shocking. And, you know, had a better team come up against us, we would have lost that quite easily. The players, yeah, another thing I wonder, the players for me are good enough, but that's no doubt. But it's just the man at the top of the team that has to change, in my book. Waghorn didn't impress me much, like I said. He was okay, but obviously when John Rose came on, I could tell that obviously he did a lot better. Radoni looked good in places, not consistently though. Hungbo and Kasumu looked really good. Diarra looked good as always, like we said. Yeah, and we're going to talk about the protest banner now, or the demonstration, whatever you want to say. So, so what did you make of this banner in the council?
I thought it was a good message. You know, what the banner said is exactly what's going on in the barbarian. It's like a circus, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, and
not one of them care about the football club in the boardroom. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care if someone says, "Yeah, Dean Hoyle is a town fan." I'm like, yeah, but he clearly doesn't care. None of them care in that boardroom. The guy that's come in to stand in to refine the bite, I do feel sorry for him because he's coming in not a really good situation. But I don't care what anyone says. It's like a circus. It's a bunch of clowns running that football club. It's like It's the movie in that boardroom, I bet.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, of course, anybody that wasn't there, of course, it did say clowns running the club, circus in the boardroom. That's what it did say. That for me, yeah, I'm not surprised. Obviously, you know, apart from that though, there was no real other kind of demonstration or anything you could say. So nothing. You know, once that started the game started, nothing really was mentioned, was it? After that. But yeah, I'm just gonna quickly get mine up. I mean, you know, you can sense a lot of frustration. I mean, I don't know about you, Tom, but you know, we hadn't had football at the John Smiths for weeks, and even before the game had started, for me, if you looked around, a lot of people were very glum, including me. And that's without weeks without football. Without having seen any football at the John Smiths. So that just sums it up, doesn't it?
I thought going to that game, I tried to be positive. I was like, yeah, let's try to be positive and try to get our first win in God knows how long. And I was just living instead. I was just like, really? Is this what I've waited all this time to come back for to a home game?
Yeah.
So
I mean,
I want this idiot clown to go. I really do.
He has to go. He has to go, and soon as possible. Because I'm sick and tired of it now. For me, this is the worst football I've ever seen. And Lowton, for me, it was awful at Coventry and really awful today. I mean, at times I do question what he's actually bringing to the party. I should say so, because I don't really see. He's certainly not performed the way I expected him to do when he came in. I was actually quite happy to see him come in, but for me, he hasn't done much really since he's come in. For me, I don't know. I'm just not being overly impressed by him really. They should have won, like I said. They should have won the game. I mean, another thing I want to make: how slow does it take us to get from box to box?
It's not rocket science. You can easily pass it out quickly and pass it up pitch, because that's what you got your wingers for, to bomb on and try to start an attack. But it's so slow. It's literally like watching a League Two team. No disrespect to League Two fans if they're watching, but it's literally like a League Two. We literally look like a League Two side.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we huffed and puffed in that second half. I know people are saying, it was a lot better. Well, it was, but it was more huffed and puffed kind of performance. It lacked a real clear attacking plan for me. QPR were there for the taking today, on Saturday, and we needed the 3 points. It's wins we need. So that's my kind of conclusions from there. I'm going to get into the comments, and obviously we'll get your last thoughts on this before we move on. I was quite generous with my rating. I do accept I was biased, and Horgan, he's my favourite player. Yeah, obviously, if he's your favourite player, fair enough. But yeah, I think you've got to be honest sometimes with your ratings, even if he's your favourite player. But yeah, big up to you. Blue Terry says get Chris Wilder in. Yeah, I mean, I would definitely take him. But
I even wouldn't mind Piers Morgan at this rate.
I mean, if the inevitable does happen, obviously Fotherham goes, hopefully as soon as possible.
I'd just give it Narcy till end of season.
Is that what you do?
If they do somehow get rid of Fotherham, I can see it being him till end of season or Worthington. I know that's not the best solutions, but who else will come into this joke of a club at this moment? Lee Clark, maybe that's an option.
Oh my God! Like I say, we have to laugh because we'd cry otherwise. But I mean, would you take Chris Wilder though if he did come about?
Yeah, I would. It'd get us solid defensively. Yes, we'd play 5 at the back or 3 at the back. It's what he does. But he sorts you out defensively, and we could scrape wins because that's what he does.
He's a motivator, isn't he, Chris Wilder, and he'll get the best out of the players. So, yeah, Ramsey says, I think the banner was a good way to go about it, and it was a good message, but the people that need to see it properly didn't see it. It was quite hard to see, to be honest. I mean, yeah, obviously, the message was certainly correct, but, yeah, like I say, it was quite hard to see as well, wasn't it? So, yeah, I agree there. Formation... Oh, you're going... I'll get that up in a minute. We're going to go on to the Blackpool game in a minute. So that's your lineup. Thank you for that, Aidan, though. Sorry, where does the money to sack Fotherham come from? I mean, we just got to hope Dean Hoyle will fork up the money to get rid of him because otherwise, yeah.
Yeah. We need fans to chip in with money at this rate to try to sack him.
The problem is, though, people that say, where's the money coming from? Well, where's the money come for all these loans that we're getting in that we're paying
exactly.
for? So I
was saying that to my brother the other day, and I was like, where's this money coming from to get these loans? And it's got to be coming from somewhere. So the club are lying, saying that we've got no money.
Yeah, yeah. I get it. If Dean Hoyle truly has the best interest of the football club at heart, he would offer funds to yeah, we just said that. Yeah, it's spot on, Blue Terry. I agree. It just has to happen because we need to stay up in this division. I go back to it. We are not staying up with this guy in charge. I'm telling you, we're not. Simple as that. If they have the money to pay Mahoney's wages week in, Mike out, then I'm sure they'll find the money to start from. Yeah, good point again. We're all saying good things here, Yeah, Ramsey, I agree.
I think this is the first time ever, I think, all the Huddersfield Town fan base agree with having them to go. I think that's the first time I've ever seen a whole fan base agreeing.
Yeah, I agree. We said that last year. Up the Luton. Hello there, Don. Yeah, I mean, we're very envious of you at Luton at the moment. We should be up there with you at the moment. Obviously, you was in the playoffs with last season. But yeah,
They've kept most of the side from last season of Luton as well, haven't they?
yeah, credit to them as well. By the way, Luton obviously losing their manager as well, and obviously still managing to.
It looks like it looks like the ex-Luton manager could be getting the sack at Southampton as well.
Yeah, it doesn't look good for him, does it? There,
No.
Blueberry says Narcissus doesn't want the job. I would give it to Worthy and keep Narcissus number 2 if he didn't get anyone new in. Yeah, I mean, I don't think he said that he didn't want it permanently, Narcissus, but he didn't actually say he wouldn't maybe take it from now until the end of the season because it's only temporary, doesn't he? Then, so
Yeah.
I don't necessarily know if he would take the job personally.
Plus, Worthington knows what it's like to win. He's got the DNA in his blood at Huddersfield, Worthington, hasn't
He does, but he's another Schofield though, Tom. For me, I don't see him doing.
Well, that didn't go that well with Schofield, did it?
No, and Schofield would have still been at the club had we have not done what we did with him as well. So for me, no, I'm sorry, Worthington isn't the answer either. We need someone.
Till end of the season, yeah. I think once we get the new and when new owners do come in, they're going to want their own manager in as well.
Yeah, hopefully they want a complete refresh when the new owners come.
Swear to God, if they keep having him, oh my God, swear to God.
Hopefully he's gone before then, please to God. Right, Dean started a side hustle of selling Prime to get the loans. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Right, so we are actually. Any final thoughts about the QPR game before we move on to the Blackpool game? By the way, any final thoughts about it in general and what you made?
It was a dire game. It was really, there wasn't much in it at all. It was just literally all passing in the midfield. The only positive I can take from it, Anthony Knockaert has still got it.
Yeah, definitely.
And another day, we score more goals.
Yeah, you can definitely play a big part, from now until the end of the season for me. So yeah, let's get into the Blackpool then. We're into Blackpool. We are travelling to the seaside, to Blackpool tomorrow night for this massive 6 points. This game is absolutely huge. We know this. Obviously, a team that is below us in the table, 23rd. And even with Mick McCarthy coming in, we haven't really seen a reaction from them as of yet, which is surprising. Obviously, they lost 3-0 to Middlesbrough away from home on Saturday, but we know how good Middlesbrough are. Obviously, Carrick, the impact he's made since he's come in, very impressive. They haven't won a game in the league, by the way, since the 29th of October against Coventry, that was actually. They certainly like drawing games at home, though. That's what I took from doing my research a bit. They like drawing at home. If they don't, they tend to lose a lot. They tend to lose all their away games, but at home, they either sneak out a draw or they end up losing, obviously. But yeah, that's kind of the pattern I saw in their results. I mean, yeah, obviously we're getting to the players that potentially we need to look out for first. But I mean, first of all, how are you feeling about tomorrow night then? Massive game, isn't it?
I think Mick McCarthy's side just sit back and defend. They don't attack much at all.
Yeah.
But if Knockaert starts and Scott Hyde doesn't,
Yeah.
I think we could win. I've not said this for a long time. I've not said this for a long time. Funny enough, I'm confident for tomorrow. I don't know why. But I just want us to win, even though it's going to be frustrating because he will still be here if we win.
Win, lose or draw, he has to go for me. I don't care if we win. So I'm not.
On the plus side, we could leave him on Pepsi Max. Then he would have a chance of getting one.
That is brilliant. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, yeah, we can put him on the Pepsi Max and leave him there. Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, Ramsey says it has 0-0 written all over it. Worst team at home versus worst team away. Yeah, I mean,
yeah, they've actually got the worst home record in league, haven't they?
Yeah, they tend to draw games or lose. They don't ever win. We never do well against teams that have just got a new manager. I'm going 2-1 Blackpool. Oh, man, that would be a sickener if that happened.
Yeah, I swear, if we lose to Blackpool, then just relegate us now.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree. Absolutely, we can, they have not won a game for months, apart from the cup. Obviously, they won in the cup, but I don't count that. I'm on about the league. But yeah, I suppose you're obviously, but yeah, you wouldn't be tall enough to get on the Pepsi Max, Ramsey said. Yeah.
Wouldn't be what?
Yeah, well, I'm sure we can put an exception on that for Mark's sake, but yeah. But yeah, anyway, we'll move on to the place to watch. For me, obviously, we've got to look at their top goal scorer, who's got 10 this season, Jerry Yates. He's got 4 assists as well in that time in his 29 games he's played. But yeah, obviously, I know that they've not been scoring much, but he has the potential. If we give him space or we do an error, if we make an error, then he will. I think he will put it away. So we've got to be very careful there.
Which happens quite often this season.
Yeah, if we make a mistake, then I think he's not going to say no. He's not. Another player I've picked out is Sonny Carey, obviously midfielder. He scored 1 goal this season, made 1 assist, but he's kind of pass accuracy is at 71%. He won 61 duels and made 12 successful dribbles in his 23 appearances. So he doesn't offer much in the goal threat or the assist, but he's still a very solid midfield. And finally, Callum Connolly. He joined Blackpool, obviously.
From Everton, wasn't it?
Yeah, from Everton. And, I mean, he certainly likes the yellow card, and he likes the red as well. He's got a red already this season. So he's got 7 yellow cards this season and 1 red. So he's definitely one of those players in a defence that likes to tackle. But, of course, he's played at clubs such as, Wigan, Ipswich, Bolton, Lincoln, Barnsley. But yeah, another player to look out for. And obviously, I like Josh Bowley for Blackpool. I think he's a decent on the wing. He's a winger, isn't he? But yeah, I mean, have you picked out any potential?
I've actually picked out exactly the same that you've picked out.
All right. Okay,
exactly the same. There's one player, another one that's on loan from us. I can't pronounce his name. Patino, however you say it.
Yeah, Patino. Is it Patino? Yeah.
I don't know. He's rated highly at Arsenal. I've spoken to a few Arsenal fans about him in the past, and I think he can offer a threat. But yeah.
Yeah.
Just hopes Hogg smashes into him as well to get the ball off him.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we'll get into our lineups in a minute. But yeah, go back to the comments. 2-0 Blackpool. Do you mean 2-0 us? Because obviously you said. I'm presuming you mean 2-0 to us. Because you obviously got Wag on score.
Unless it's one goal.
Yeah, presuming you mean 2-0. Just clarify that with us. A bit off topic, Ramsey says, but Sorba starting for Blackburn tonight. Is there against Wigan? Hopefully he can help us out somehow. Yeah, wow. Fair enough. Yeah, obviously I'll be watching that game. I think it's an 8 o'clock kickoff, isn't it, tonight? Yeah, or is it quarter? I don't know. But yeah, I'll be watching
that as well.
Yeah. Blue Terry agrees with me. Josh Boller is a player to watch, certainly is. I do like him.
He's a very good player.
Yeah. So it's not going to be. It's going to be a really scruffy game to watch again. It's not great at all. Both sides very struggling.
It's not going to be the best to watch. I think it'll be very dull.
But we just need to get the win.
We do.
Just need to get the win.
Even if we draw, it's not good enough at all.
No, a draw is no good. We have to win a team again. We have to win because a draw. If we win, I know how many times we said that. By the way, if we win this game, yeah, I don't know what winning feels like. To be honest, yeah, we've all forgotten what it feels like. But if we win this game, we are out of the relegation. And actually, I'll take you through the table in a moment.
That'd be the first time this season. We're at bottom three.
Yeah, well, for a big amount of time, yeah, we've been in there for ages, haven't we? So yeah, it will be the first time.
The thing is, if we get out at bottom three, I know Fotheringham's going to say, "Oh, we played fantastic."
He says that anyway. Even when we played awful. So yeah, it doesn't really matter where we are in the league, to be honest with you. Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, Terry, I thought you did. Yeah, 2-0 to the Terriers. Adabel says.
Then I'll see Arnie starts the Wigan tonight.
Ah, nice. Yeah. Nice one. It pains me to see him in another shirt. He should be in a Terrier shirt, but we just wouldn't pay the money. We wouldn't pay the money, and we went for the cheaper options, and look where it's gone.
But yeah, we'll got Phenomenal instead.
Absolutely ridiculous. Smash likes, but big up Horace. Thank you for that. 0-1 Huddersfield. Waghorn with the goal. Megan says hello there, Megan. By the way, thank you for coming in.
Megan.
And nice prediction there. We'll certainly take a 1-0 win. On another day, a draw is a win. Oh dear.
Oh, I'm not going to stop saying that. Now.
And Blue Terry says, "Remember we had Coventry on the ropes." Oh yeah, remember we did. Yeah, Yeah. Oh dear.
I don't know how I didn't see us having him on the ropes at all.
Oh dear, gosh. But
I'm surprised Coventry only won by 2 goals. To be honest.
Yeah, it should have been more, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously, let's get into the team news then. So Healy looks a doubt for tomorrow night. Holmes definitely not going to feature. Obviously, he's picked up a calf strain, actually. So, yeah, obviously, he's not going to be in. Canberra has got an issue with his knee, so he's not going to be in. Jackson, obviously, out with a quadded issue, apparently. So I don't know how long these will take to get back, but obviously, hopefully soon. And obviously, window, the full, obviously out for the rest of the season in Nottingham and Nichols, so nothing's changed there. So let's get into our lines. By the way, people, post your lineups in the chat if you wish, and let's get into the lineups. So people will be surprised by my lineup, but I have to be bold and I have to go off what I've seen in the past few games. Now, I certainly put Vatchlik in goal. I'll go with a 4-3-3, by the way. I'm not having this 5 at the back away from home. We're playing Blackpool.
Are you sure?
We are playing Blackpool. So if Mark goes to the same rubbish that he does away from home, I'm going to absolutely tear my hair out. I really am. Obviously, Turton, Lees, Pearson, and Lowton. In the midfield, I've got Radoni, Kasumu, and this is a tough one because I don't necessarily. We've got Radoni. Radoni has a license to go forward. Kasumu has the license to go forward, and if we have one player that can just sit there predominantly, so even though Hogg doesn't merit starting because he hasn't been very good in the past 2 games for me, I still feel like he has to start still for some reason because we see when he comes out, even though he was as bad as he was on Saturday, when he comes out the side, you notice it as well. And of course, I don't expect him to have such a poor game that he had over the bounce back
as well. All the players thrive off, don't they?
Yeah. So me, Hogg starts, not on merit, but just because we know how big of a player he is. And the front 3, Hungbo. Now, I would probably start Waghorn again. Although I was edging towards Rhodes, actually. It's a toss-up between them two. I just... Rhodes, if he gets a chance, he'll score. Obviously, Waghorn obviously scored. I think because Waghorn scored, maybe we do have to start again. And Knockout on the left. Like I said, I don't want to see him on the bench. You know, he has to start for me. But yeah, what is your line? Talk me through your lineup, Tom, and just talk me through.
I've gone 4-4-3-1. Vlasic in goal.
Yeah.
Curtin, Pearson, Lees, Loughton. My two sitting, I've gone Kasumu and Hogg. In the number 10, I've gone Radona. Now, on the wing, on the right-hand side, I've gone Knockhard. On the left, I've gone Hungbo. And up front, Waghorn.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. So
That's the same as yours, but mine's just a different formation.
Yeah, I mean, I certainly don't feel like we need two holding midfielders, though, for me. I mean, I know you're potentially doing that anyway, even if it's a 4-3-3.
I think I've gone that because Kasumu has the license to go box to box.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. So Hogg predominantly sits, like you say, and then obviously, Kasumu and who else did you have in that midfield?
Kasumu, Hogg, and Radona.
Yeah, so Radoni and Kasumu obviously will be third forward, obviously, but yeah, they'll just So yeah, obviously, let's get into comments.
I did think of going 4-4-2, but nah.
Yeah, 4-4. You never see 4-4-2, and just because it's 4-4-2 doesn't mean it's going to be more attacking. Just because you've got two up front doesn't mean it's going to be more attacking. So yeah, I don't really like that formation. Hoggs and Waggy pressing the ball and putting it in the penalty area loads. Holmes will not be fit, so yeah, that won't be happening. Fotheringham should have gone into boxing. He seems to make a lot of reference to it on the ropes, and he loves a scrap with his own players. Yeah, he does. Absolutely spot on, man. I mean, I'm sick. I just try and ignore that he's there because I just can't be. I just want him out. I just want him out now.
I just picture Narcissus and Paul Clement on touchline rather than him. That's what I picture.
Yeah. My prediction, Aiden says 3-1 Town. Hungbo 2 and Kasumu 1 with Yates getting the goal for Blackpool. Interesting, yeah. I mean, yeah. High scoring. I can't remember the last time we scored 3 goals in a match. But yeah, maybe tomorrow will be the day. But yeah, fair enough. Blue Terriers with his lineup here. Vatsich, Turton, Lees, Pearson, Lawson, Ridoni, Hungbo, and Waghorn. So yeah.
But I won't be surprised if Karoma starts either.
Yeah, no, I think Karoma definitely will come on at some point, but I don't think he should start. But yeah, that's just my opinion. But yeah, obviously, we'll kind of see. But yeah, that's pretty much the same lineup as what I've gone for, but I've just gone for a different formation over there. Yeah, I've gone for a different, but yeah, wow, that's Wednesday. Yeah, Holmes is injured, unfortunately, that's why he was missing on Saturday as well. So yeah, doesn't look likely he's going to be fit anyway. Ramsey said I watched his press conference on mute earlier, and it was the most sense I've ever heard him talk. Absolutely, that is the best policy. I was good. When I started reading this, I thought you said you'd actually watched it and actually listened to it, but then obviously I realised you said you had it on mute, which is I'll let you off. But I thought you actually listened to the press conference. So
I was literally listening to it with my eyes shut earlier. I didn't watch it, and I was just thought, nah. I only watched 5 minutes of it.
Yeah, mute him all the time. Yeah, I don't like I say I like to listen on the radio after the games, and when he comes on, I just mute him when he comes on on the press.
For Paul Ogden, I did interviewing him.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just bored. It just says the same stuff like I say every week. So, and
same stuff over and over again.
And he just lies to himself as well. And doesn't actually speak the truth. Doesn't ever answer the questions that's been asked.
Exactly the same, innit?
Yeah, exactly the same. 2-1 Blackpool. Yeah, it's Medine and Turton to score. Yeah, I mean, if we lose, it will be a sickener tomorrow. But yeah, obviously thoughts about this. Yeah, we simply have to win this game. There is no excuses. And like I say, I don't want to see what Yuli does and put 5 at the back away from home because this game against a team who, of course, is below us. And we have to target maximum points. And I just want to see us go for it. Let that handbrake off and go for the game. Blackpool and I don't know how there's two worse teams than us in the league. To be honest, I don't know how that is possible because I just find it staggering. So yeah, a chance to get out of the bottom three. We've said that many times. I mean, yeah, I don't really know what else to say. Ryan, can you read? Oh, sorry, have I missed it, Aidan? Sorry about that. Let me just have a look. Sorry. I apologise. You did it very early, didn't you? Yes, sorry, I do apologise, Aidan. Yeah, we've got it up now. So Aidan has gone for a 4-2-3-1 as well. Vachlich, Lawson, Pearson, Lees, Tayson, Hogg, Kasumu, Humbo, Knockout, Karoma. You've got Karoma in there. And Rhodes. So yeah, you've gone for a bit different, haven't you, Aidan, in this one?
Redone.
Yeah. No, Redone, yeah. So you've dropped Redone, which is interesting. But yeah, like I say, obviously...
We have got good attacking options, to be honest. It's just we don't have an attacking coach.
Yeah, we haven't got an attacking coach, and we haven't got a coach that knows what he's doing either. So yeah, but yeah, interesting lineup that, Aidan, actually.
Who plays in the number 10 role then, Aidan? Knockout.
Yeah, probably. And I do like to see the fact that you've included Karoma. I think Karoma obviously is,
Yeah, I thought Karoma was quite lively actually on Saturday.
But yeah, like you say, we've got so many options in that final third. It's difficult, isn't it, when it comes to even though.
I swear to God, if Boyle starts over Pearson tomorrow night, then you don't want to take out of Coronation Street starting, do you?
No, we certainly don't. But yeah, thank you for that, and I do apologise for missing that comment. By the way, I was actually meant to go back to it, but obviously there's so many comments. It's gone too far down. I forgot. But yeah, thanks for reminding me. I know they can't for obvious reasons, but it would be class if Clem's on Nas is put on the Insta post out slating the club. I mean, yeah, I bet they all want to do that, don't they? But obviously you can't. But yeah, it's one of those. When you're employed by the club, you have to just keep your mouth shut, really. But they're not stupid. Paul Clement's not stupid. Narcis isn't stupid either. They know what the concept of the fan. How the fans feel, and they feel the same themselves. If I'm honest with you, so obviously they can't say it, can they? So yeah. I reckon Waghorn and Karoma, but can't tell you a lineup, unfortunately. Fair enough. I put Karoma and Humbo on the wing, and yeah, you've put Knockout behind Rhodes. Yeah.
I do think Rhodes is more clinical than Waghorn.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? I know Waghorn scored, but I still wasn't overly impressed, like I said, in that game at the weekend.
Like Rhodes on and he's one chance or one touch, or doesn't even need to control inbox and he scores.
Yeah, but at the moment we're not even giving him any service, so that's the problem. But yeah, I mean, obviously the score predictions coming up shortly, but yeah, I mean, this is a massive week coming up ahead of us, isn't it? We're going to wrap up very soon, by the way. But yeah, this is a massive week, and for me, we have to be getting 6 points out of these next two because I'm sorry, but two teams both in the relegation zone with us, both lower down than us. It is what it is, and if we don't, then Fotheringham definitely has to go.
Look, if we draw or lose tomorrow, I don't care. He needs to go.
Yeah, he needs to draw. Yeah, absolutely.
As I come back to it again, he should have never been appointed in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, we need to get firing early on in this one, and we need to just go for it. Like I said, let the handbrake off and go for it, because I'm sick of seeing the negative rubbish that we see every week. Of course, there will be 1,300 fans travelling to the game tomorrow. Like I said, it's pay on the day, so potentially a few more coming over. Not that you'd have much motivation to do so with the performance you see this week out, but of course we're still there because we support the team. We support the team, though. We support the team. We don't support the manager and the board. Let's put it out there. I can sure I speak for everybody in that. And let's just have a look. I know I say 0-0 is not over, but I'm gonna be naive and say 2-0 Why can't a knockout to score?
I do think knockout will score tomorrow. You know.
Yeah, I do. And if he doesn't start it tomorrow, I'm telling you now, he's had half an hour. Say half an hour, yeah, because obviously with injury time, he had half an hour. He has to start the game, even if he has to come off.
Even if he starts and comes off in the 60th minute, he started him.
Yeah, he still has to start for me. There's no question because, even if it means bringing him off in 60th minute, whatever, I'm not bothered. But if we can get a good solid hour out of him, then yeah, for me we have to do. But yeah, I mean, Scott. I mean, what are you thinking then tomorrow for the score? Because can't.
Now, my heart says we'll win. My head says we won't. But I'm trying to be positive. I think we will win 3-0.
Oh my goodness! It'll be like going to heaven and back, won't it? With that result.
3-0. I'm just trying to be positive. I just can't think of what else to say, to be honest. It's rather that or a boring 0-0 or a 1-0 loss.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's either going to be a draw, we're going to lose 1-0, or we're going to win 1-0. So, which one do I see most likely happening? I think we could probably nick this one, mate. 1-0, but it will be a scruffy game. But that's just me being positive. Like I said, my head, my heart saying different things. I feel like we're going to lose or we're going to win. But, yeah, I don't really know. Everyone predicting Waghan to score. I reckon he'll score a few. Yeah, over the next few matches. Yeah, fair enough. Mad prediction, yeah. I think it is as well. But, yeah, he'll. But, yeah. This is a massive game, like I said. I mean, any final thoughts before we end, Tom?
Just please, Tom, put in a good performance for once this season and just win. Just get a win, even if it's a scrappy 1-0. It's a start. On another day, we play out of our skins.
maybe the Blackpool. The Blackpool, it's always good to be back. It's always a good away day at Blackpool, but maybe we did well. We won there last season, didn't we? As well.
Yeah, Huddersfield scored a world, didn't he?
Yeah, I would take that right now. Anything right now, to be fair, but yeah, make no mistake. Anything other than a win tomorrow is not good enough. That's the reality. Because I'm sorry, but I go back to it. Win against teams around you, below you. Not around you, below you. If you don't win those, if you don't win Blackpool, if you don't win Wigan, there's no hope. There's no hope of us staying up in this. If we can't beat that, no disrespect to Blackpool and Wigan, in fact, obviously, but yeah, that is the truth, innit?
We've got to beat Blackpool. If we don't beat Blackpool, we won't beat Wigan, because I actually think Wigan are better than Blackpool.
There's no excuses, though. I don't want to hear any excuses if we don't come out with the win either. I just can't.
There's no excuses at all. And if we lose, I tell you what, it'd absolutely go off on Twitter if we lose.
It would, and of course, yeah, if we lose tomorrow night, it'll be a massive, massive blow. It will really be. It would be a sickening if we lost. But let's just see what happens.
The players want to win and perform. They know they can perform well, but it's just the style of play.
There's no clear direction, is there? There's no
style of play at all. It's just everyone just stood there defending.
Yeah, absolutely. There's just nothing. It's like when he says we've got a clear way of playing. Have we? I don't see what we're trying.
If he's saying we've got a clear way of playing, I don't know how that's possible.
The man is in cuckoo land. I'm sorry, but he is. See you later, mate. I hope you have a safe trip. Thank you so much, mate. Thank you. Up the town as always, Aidan. But yeah, thank you for coming in. And Paul's coming. Hello there, Paul. What more incentive do they need knowing it'll take them out of obviously out of the relegation zone? I'm presuming you mean so. But yeah, we've said that on numerous occasions, haven't we? Ramsey, a final question before we leave. This is going to be the final one. Ramsey says, "What do you think Fotheringham says in the change room minutes before the game?"
On another day, basically.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what he said. I mean, I really don't.
I'd love one of the players, right, to go live on Instagram and put microphones in the changing room just so fans could hear what they say.
I think he'll just say the same rubbish we hear after
It wouldn't be surprising if Hogg actually has a go at Fotheringham in the changing room, saying, "Look, we need to be playing a lot better than this."
You know what? I've got to the point now where on Saturday when obviously I was there, I'll think to myself, just ignore him on the touchline. Just do what you want, play. You know, the players on the pitch, just do what you want because he has no idea. You're better off using your own judgment because, just don't listen to him. But yeah, I have no idea what he says other than the same rubbish that he does that with after games and before games. But he's certainly not a motor in that changing room before games anyway.
No, I'd say Clem's more motivated, and he's not even a coach. He's only a goalkeeping coach.
Absolutely. Going to watch the Blackburn game. See you tomorrow, Tom, and up the Terriers. Thank you for joining, by the way, and big up to yourself. Thank you. But yeah, that's it. So yeah, we've had a long one now. Obviously, it's a bit longer than usual. I hope I haven't bored you too much, guys.
No. I've enjoyed it. You know,
I mean, everybody in the chat as well. I hope I haven't been bored. You know, obviously nearly hitting an hour and 40 minutes. Quite a long stream. And yeah, so obviously there'll be content coming out late. It'll be late. I'll do my editing in that tomorrow. I'm doing a little vlog about my journey to the game. Obviously, do a bit of a tour around the stadium, take a look in the shop, maybe get some fans on as well. I'm not doing any vlogging, you know, when the game's on because I never like doing that. To be honest, I like to focus on the game, but not that there'd be anything to focus on. But you know what I mean. I like to watch the. I can't really. I'm not.
In other words, you don't like to have your phone out while the game's on.
Yeah, I like to just watch the game. I just feel like it's a distraction if I'm not. So yeah, but at least, you know, I'm really excited to bring some new content again to the channel tomorrow. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Big up to yourself for joining everybody, by the way. It's been a great stream. Please make sure you like, subscribe. Let's get to 250 subscribers.
When's your next stream?
What day are we on now? I can't.
Monday.
There's too many games, isn't there? Probably Friday now. Oh, no, hang on. No. Well, because I think what we're best doing is we're best splitting it up into two streams, really, because I think this is too much, really. So when you, I'll speak to you off air, but I think that potentially Wednesday.
Yeah, I'm free Wednesday.
Anyway, we'll confirm that and keep an eye on my socials, but I don't want to do both together. So I think we're best reviewing this game on Wednesday, and then we can have a clean slate on Friday for the preview of our next game, of course, which is Wigan. So yeah, I've got another question. Ramsey, you're just coming out with questions. Last one, I promise. He says, "Okay, I trust you on this." Do you think the players back him? Absolutely not a chance, and you can tell.
No chance in this world. If they backed him, we'll be winning games.
Absolutely, because I go back.
No way on earth. What? Because you can tell the players' body language. They don't look bothered to play under this manager. I feel sorry for the players more than the manager. I don't even feel sorry for the manager, to be honest. Couldn't care less.
No, yeah, I totally agree. I think the body language, the attitude, and I go back to it. We've got good players in this dressing room, but again, it's no good if you haven't got somebody at the top leading it correctly. It's as simple as that. But yeah, absolutely, categorically no. But yeah, obviously, thank you everybody for watching. Safe trip to the game tomorrow if you are going. Come and say hello if you see me, of course. I don't bite, I promise. And like I say, if you do want to come on the channel, like I say, always welcome to come on and speak. If you see me before the game or whatever, yeah. Like I say, I'm actively looking for people to come on. And yeah, I might see you there, hopefully. Yeah, it's always hope. A big hope as well at that, of winning. We need to. Let's hope for a positive result. That's all we can do, obviously. But yeah. So yeah, big up to everyone. Enjoy the rest of your week, whatever you do. And yeah, it's been another episode on this channel. It's been a pleasure to have you all with us. Tom, thank you so much for coming on.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me on again.
No problem. And yeah, if you are watching this on playback, please make sure you hit the like, subscribe to the channel, and comment. Put your comments in, obviously. Good to
And subscribe to the channel as well.
Yeah. Let's get us to 250 soon, guys. It'll be great to be. And like I said, the channel is growing by the day, which is amazing. And I couldn't do it without anybody, without all of you supporting me. So
you've worked so hard to get to where you are as well.
I have. I'm trying my best. I'm working hard. I'm trying to bring new stuff to the channel as well, obviously, with the fan cams and obviously doing some different content tomorrow on the away trip. So, yeah, I am putting in the effort. So I really appreciate everybody that stops by and checks me out on here. But, yeah, on another day, hopefully we do get a win. But, yeah. Until next time, guys, and as always, up the town, come on you Terriers. I'll see you at the seaside tomorrow. Let's go on a magical ride to the seaside and hopefully bring back 3 points. But I'm not confident, but we'll see. Good night, everybody. Cheers, Tom, for coming on, and thank you all for the chat.
Good night, guys.
All right. See you later, everyone. Bye bye.